Get it started. Uh, uh, uh. We're here at the live stream. Nobody knows but us. Hey, Brody Alfonso, how you doing, buddy? You're first to the live stream? That's crazy. How did you beat everybody? How is that possible? Merry Christmas, man. I hope things are well with the family. Hope the renovations have gone well and your house didn't burn down. I'm glad everything is okay. Adam, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the holiday live stream. It's so great, right? Just get to chill out today, man. No rush. Just tons of shopping all day. Right? Crazy. Josh A! Got the notice! Klaatu Verata Nikto. Hey, a Gaia's Cradle, nice! Congratulations, man. Chevy Moore, hey, hey. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. And people say we monkey around. Near mint, bro. You using it in a deck or are you just collecting that bad boy? You're going to put that behind like the silicone glass protective shield, bulletproof, shatterproof. Keep that cradle in mint condition. Oh, hot dice. At Halloween, in the month of Halloween, Army of Darkness is played daily in October. Just daily. I just keep playing it. Same as right now in the holiday season, certain movies are played literally every day. Christmas Story, every day. What's there? Hey, what's up? It's time for Moxie Mania. Oh my God, we're doing 29K. Nathan, what are you talking about? Do you know how excited? I don't know if it came across in the videos the way I was picturing it. I acted like a little school kid. I was so excited. And I knew it was coming. You can see it just working its way. You could see the countdown I had on the side sheet there. So you could see it going, man. You could see it get closer to 20K and you're like, it's actually going to happen. I'm going to hit 20,000. That's amazing. And it's because of the viewers, because of the people who tune in every day. It's amazing, man. It's awesome. Yeah, I was pretty excited, Nathan. Pretty excited, man. Oh, I know I need to get a bazaar as well, man. I got to get that bazaar. Got to get those cards. Got to finish. Because you know what's funny? You guys may have remembered, like about... Do I have it here? Hold on. Let's see if I have it here in my pile. Bear with me as I look for something. I know I shouldn't be looking for it now, but these conversations happen that way. Anyway, remember I bought the Mishra's Workshop. It was a really good deal. It's like $1,500, whatever. Some crazy, crazy deal. So, when I look at that, I actually have a ton of the cards for the Antiquities set already. I've just got to get the winter Mishra and stuff. I think the spring or summer one. I only have a few of them to get. So completing that collection is going to be a lot easier than trying to get the Arabian Nights one. So it's like, hey, and then I can move on to Legends, right? I might as well. Got to have goals in life. Nathan's like 20K. Definitely it is the year of the boomstick, buddy. I'm telling you. You know what? They have it in Call of Duty, right? The boomstick, you can become Ash, and he gets his boomstick and stuff. I couldn't help it. I used COD points. I got that thing right away. Now, I never use another character. MTG MOX teases me all the time. Only here to say that doing Xmas with the... Yeah, you know what? Adam, I'm doing the same, by the way, guys. I spent the day... Oh, what a nightmare. Running around shopping is a nightmare. It is just a nightmare this time of year. Oh, first time to a stream, says the Dread Pirate Wesley. Where's Buttercup, man? You know she's out there. As you wish. I can't tell you how many times I saw that movie. I remember I still have it hanging in the hallway of my house. Love you, Moxie. Happy holidays, bud. Congrats on the 20K. You've earned it. Holding my reserve list cards. Totally giving up on Modern. Okay, don't give up on Modern. It's a great format. I'm going to be honest, Christopher. Great format. Don't give up on Standard. Other than the fact dying on turn 4 is the most ridiculous way to play Magic. I don't get it when it's an arena game I'm playing, right? Especially in arena lately. I faced this red deck. I faced it a lot of times. And it literally finished me like his turn 4, my turn 3. I can't even cast anything at this point, and the game has ended. It's just over. And you're like going, What? And he says, good game. You're like, that wasn't a game. We didn't play. When Magic's gotten to the point where it's that quick, it actually irritates me. The old boomer inside me says, shut up. That's ridiculous. How did I just die again? And it isn't just like it happens once because people are imitating that deck. So it's very... Hey, Cho, what's up, buddy? Bollywood Boy is here and saying, Merry Christmas, man. And you know what, guys? If you're new to the live stream, if you're here tonight, welcome to a Saturday edition of our Sunday live stream. Because that's what it's Merry Christmas time, man. I got time with the family. I can't be here for all of it. I have tons of filming. I still have to finish doing the Sunday top 10 for tomorrow, and then I'll have to put some videos together during the Christmas holidays. We'll get some stuff out for you guys. Don't worry. We'll pretty much have regular viewing, but the sales for tomorrow's top 10 is ridiculous. I love it when TCG Player has a sale. I love it when some stores try to match those deals. I love it when players get discounts and coupons and they got extra B-Bay bucks and they got point cards and they say, I can afford this, I can buy this, I'll buy some of this, hey, I'm gonna buy that. And that's what they do. They spend it and they buy a lot of stuff. Bully, Merry Christmas, man, Merry Christmas. Oh, Burning says, come on, guys, buy more Fast Bonds. Fast Bonds been losing money right now. So don't be surprised if it makes the top 10 because it's getting cheaper. Especially people who have been picking up heavily played and moderately played. And, all right, I'll be honest. Hey, thanks up, Ben. Thanks, man. I'm pretty excited. I'm super excited to have actually made it to 20K. But remember the rule now. For all you guys who are here, there's what, only 23 of you. I know it's a busy time of year. It's 23. You guys will remember this now whenever I say it. If you ever see a video of mine within a 15-hour period, 15 hours, if it is less than 2K in views, the Mox man is mad. Because that means it didn't reach the 10% threshold that any video is supposed to reach because of the loyal viewership. So if you ever see it, you already know I'm at home stewing. My version of stewing anyway. I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong? Because that happens every time. Every time. Right now, if it hit less than 1.9K within that 10-hour period. Guaranteed, man. Guaranteed. Slam that like... You know what? It was funny. A live stream from like 2 weeks ago that I left up. I usually don't leave them up, but if it's like a Patreon giveaway thing, I leave them up so the Patreon viewer who maybe didn't get to see it can watch it. There's a video that keeps getting a couple of likes a day, so it's slowly ticking up. It went past 100 likes on a live stream. Alan, what's up, party people? We're rocking it, man. But yeah, so these sales. Now, there's a couple of cards that didn't make the top 10. Already, I'll tell you, they're not on the top 10. Okay, and no, we're not talking like Thrall Champion and stuff. Some decent cards that started out with some high sales, but then petered out. Black Lotus didn't make the list, but there was significant sales. And it's not where you guys think it's going to be. Collector Edition Black Lotus. Not 30th anniversary. Collector Edition Black Lotuses have been selling. Very interesting to see like 15 sales in 1 week on that card. Very odd. Very odd. 15 sales. Now, that card was averaging 2,200, I think. So, Burning, I'm not going to ruin it for you. And no, there was nobody emailing me about Christmas bonus stuff this year, this week. But there were some significant sales. Okay? And next weekend is actually a bigger weekend because the gentlemen have contacted and said they are like finishing off the year run. So any leftover cash inside their collection account, they will be spending it on unlimited dual lands. So we'll see how that pans out. But Black Lotus almost made it, and that's ridiculous. Like 15 sales, I almost wanted to mention it. I may put some kind of mention in the video at the end, but it's curious to me to see who's buying those ones. Why? Why is it being bought? I mean, it can be used in old school, so I mean, I know why somebody might want to buy it, but 15 copies is like significant, okay? Now, the other one that almost made it again, almost, Ancestral Recall. Heavily played and damaged copies. Shredded wheat. But they were selling. Not enough to make the list, but enough for me to say to you guys, what's going on? That's how I know it's crazy. When you get these emails and you're going, really? You sold one of those? It was only $2,100 Canadian for a damaged Ancestral, and I'll be honest, the front's pretty crisp. The back was like slush. Okay, it was bad, water damaged, potholes and stuff, but it's still sold. Trade in, modern stuff getting traded in, some serialized cards, maybe trading hands, but that's a lot of sales. Yeah, Power. I know this is just it, right? We don't hear about Power moving, Alan, because people like Rudy have the odd video come up, right? And he'll do his video, but it's what happens behind those scenes, right? The other MTG finance guys don't seem to cover this stuff or have contacts that lead into that. I'm an older school player. I'm in a lot of those forums and groups. And I have a lot of friends I keep me in contact. So even if it's in a really high echelon group where I don't have access to, they may. And those friends who do will bleed me information. Sometimes I can say who it's from. Sometimes I can't. But the idea, you're like, oh, that's sold. So I'll tell you right now, the 15 collector edition were all bought by the same person. It's one person buying 15 copies. It's crazy. Good eye Tug, what's up, buddy? I started early tonight. I was feeling maybe, why not? Mrs. Mox is down there, like, wrapping stuff. I got stuff hidden in my car I have to wrap later when they're, like, busy. I got cooking to do tomorrow. I got videos to make tonight. And I figure, you know what? Why not? Why not? Start a little bit early. Kick it back a little bit. No, Greg, because that's Christmas Eve. And I will be with the family. And I mean like the extended Mrs. Mox family. We go over there at like 5 o'clock. And you're there till 3 in the morning. It's brutal. And then you come home, sleep for a couple hours. You do Christmas at my house. And I go back over there again. So like these days are pretty nutty. And in the past, I wouldn't even do videos on these days. But now I have a rhythm. I'm very what do you call it? Like regimented. I like routine. Let me know when. Oh, Ken. Okay, Brody, Candelabra has almost made the list in the past. 1 or 2 sales, of course, doesn't really. Hey, Odin! 1 or 2 sales doesn't get a huge follow-up, but there have been sales on the card, right? And I've seen it dropping in price at numerous places. The last time I saw a couple of Candelabras sell, I was kind of surprised as well. These things do move, but again, I still consider it a consolidation because it's usually 1 or 2 people who have bigger pockets. And the thing that people fail to recognize is those bigger pocket people are not hurting for money. They don't have to be rich, but they made money flipping Magic cards in the last boom. They're the guys who sold those Soldevi diggers. Those are the people who sold off even Soldevi excavations when they were 44, and we did that buyout. They were the people selling into that buyout. Those types of cards. Maybe not that one specifically, but the idea that the card spikes, they've banked copies, they sell them into the market and let the market fall. But they don't spend that money anywhere. They keep it. So when those cards inevitably drop, they can rebuy them and start the process all over again. Those are the people who manipulate the market, move the dials, pull the puppet strings. And that's just it. It's very interesting to see this stuff come up. It's Monday stream for me always. There you go. I was browsing this morning at 3 a.m. and saw like 4 Charizards. Yes. You know what, Abby? And get this. Charizard didn't make the list, but 2 sold locally as well. Isn't that interesting? Like, when the cards go cheap enough, people are paying attention still. And I don't care that people say nothing's selling or that the market's dead, because I know that to be a lie. Right? I'm not going to say to somebody's face, oh, you're lying. I don't do that. I just be me. I read the room and I look for the information, and that information could lead me entirely different ways. Like when I went to the top 10 for today, what was that? You guys saw that, right? We had cards like Tishana's Timebender and all these other cards that were always making the list. Roaming Throne, all that stuff. And instead, everything's getting knocked out by $1 cards. Except for the Cavern. Okay, I admit, Cavern sold phenomenally well. But it's all the other cards because they're so cheap and inexpensive. Standard's coming back to life. And because the cards are cheap right now, everyone can afford to get back in and at least have a playable deck to give it a shot. I thought that was crazy. You know what? I've made a mistake today. I got like doggy bags here from walking the dog earlier, and I dropped the whole thing, and it's really bothering me now. So I'm just gonna fix the problem. Oh yeah, the totem too, right, Burning? Come on. I have never, that kind of card has never made the list. But that's what I'm saying. When you get the data and you start looking like, well, why? If I see something at 500 plus sales, I kind of have to follow it. And then you have to put out and ask questions and stuff. But that 500 becomes 900, becomes 1200. Okay, Ben, the Minas Tirith, I'm actually not surprised. It was on the list for numerous weeks when Lord of the Rings was really hot. And that card was more expensive. Now that the card's getting cheaper and the money is moving on, that card is dropping in value, right? I expect a reskin of all those types of cards, but as they get cheap like this, I would expect players to buy them who are smart players. Smart players waiting for that value to be found in those products as the price drops. You go, hey, for $5 or less, I'm willing to buy that card. That's just like one Starbucks coffee. And I get to have that card forever. I like the idea of legendary creatures, drawing a card. This is a cool card. You add that in with things like Kajoran Outpost, Castle Vantris that make you creatures. You put all kinds of token armies together. And before you know it, you've got Gandalf leading the pack of a whole bunch of guys. And you're drawing cards. It's a great card. It got so inexpensive. Okay, Burning. Smothering Tithe is cheap. And I'm wondering if it's still going to come back for Modern Horizons 3. I put that in the Discord, right? I'm really curious if things are going to come back around when we get to that point. Okay? When we get to that level where we're getting closer and closer to Modern Horizons 3, I have a real fear that they need to jack up the price and they're going to just shove everything in the kitchen sink inside that product. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's just a new product with a few reprints. But I think it's like when I saw the image, when you guys look at that front cover shot of Modern Horizon 3 showing like the Eldrazi and stuff, that looks like a lot of reprints to me, not new cards. I wish it was new. We got any Xmas stuff on the wheel? No, I'm broke. I'm broke. I left the one Arabian Nights card here to torture myself. Okay? I marked off the Shazam. This is kind of a chill night, guys. You're getting closer to Christmas. Unless you're a really rich person that can just afford to give me money tonight, don't worry about it. I really appreciate it, but this is a really tight time of year for all of us. I know I'm in credit card hell right now. I assume some of you guys are too. So it is totally cool if nobody donates nothing tonight, man. I'm good just chilling out. I'm just blessed when you guys donate anything at all. So I appreciate it every day. And I just want you to know, if I'm this tight on cash, I can only imagine what you guys are like at home. Okay, so I appreciate it. So no, nothing crazy going on the wheel tonight. Oh, then, okay. Joey, yes, they will drop when people lose interest. It's only collectible and desirable as long as people think it is. Give it like a 1 year, 2 year period, they're all going to drop. But if it's something you want to collect, you just got to keep your eye on the ball and have the patience and forethought to plan ahead. That's all. And you will get them. You will get them. What's this? 3 fingers gone already. Finished Mafia owns them now. Oh my God, Doug. I tell people I want nothing MTG related for Christmas, and still I get a festival, a box, a bundle. Oh, Umiyashi. I know. Mrs. Mox asked me, right? And I said, I want to get, okay? I want to get like an industrial popcorn maker. Like I like popcorn, right? So I want to get an industrial one, and I want to get an industrial heater thing for nachos with the cheese dispenser. That's like the dream thing. Obviously, I'm not going to get them, but it stops people buying silly things. And instead, they'll give me like an Amazon card or something that I can work toward getting those things somewhere in the distant future. I like that. Love that stuff, man. Humans in Standard is getting pretty good. Oh, watch. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, the green-white is good, Alan. I agree. As soon as they gave us Darien, the king, and you got enough tokens and stuff going, you could have a lot of fun. There could be some good... We knew soldiers were coming back, right? We knew when you saw the amount of sets they put those kind of tribal cards into. It's fantastic. I think they need to do more of it. I think they need to give us thralls and kobolds. We got the humans and stuff going. Let's give us some of the villain classes coming back. Give us more orcs. Hey, Burning, have a good time at your thing tonight, man. I know you got to head out. I'll trade you for that popcorn, for the popcorn maker. Yeah. My family likes a lot of popcorn. They like popcorn. And they like movie quality popcorn. So I'm pretty good at making it. Oh, Miro. Okay. I have as a commander. Be prepared. Okay. All right, man. I haven't even asked the wife, by the way. Alan, I haven't even asked her if I can get down to face-to-face. It was a crazy day the last little bit getting Christmas stuff ready, so I'm not messing with her right now. This is just, you know, even right now, tonight, this is all like on borrowed time, as it were. I'm going to owe this time back, I guarantee it. As much as you're like, is it okay if she goes, fine, go. Thanks, man. And I still have this whole like one nostril being clogged. I don't know if you guys can tell in the video. People at work are like, oh, are you sick? I'm like, no, I'm not sick. For some reason, one nostril is deciding to be clogged with some kind of version of a cold, but I'm not down. I don't feel blue. Like when I had COVID, you guys remember, I was like kind of tired. I was kind of like a zombie, right? Well, in this case, it's nothing like that. So I'm like, I'm not sick. This is not sick. This is not the Mox Man's version of sick. Hey, where's the 20K party? Well, trust me, the amount of emails I got today are ridiculous. Ridiculous with the people asking. There were so many people saying, I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy this. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That video hasn't even come up yet. And when they say, I'm not a patron, I like to buy this, right? You're like, well, those are for patrons only, so you can't buy them. Right? So it is kind of a funny thing. I've never had this many people, because that video only got like 2,000 views. So it's kind of on par with what the 10K party was. We'll see what really happens, though, when I get the video up. Expect that video in the new year. I want to give people a chance to get through Christmas. I didn't expect it to happen this fast at the end. I thought it was going to be dragged on for a couple of weeks. But I think people were just kind of keeping... Yeah, okay, Breaking Badlands, here's the funny thing. I like the subscriber count. It shows that it's cool to see. But it is the views that matter in terms of money and how much cash flows into your channel. It is the views, and it is more of the views, right? It's how long people watch, how often, and when they started watching that really seems to, can tweak things around for a channel. It's great though. Right? I think it was a historian who told me that and said, hey man, it's not how many subscribers you have. It's how many views you have. It's the views that matter. Because that will just naturally tune people into your channel anyway. Oh yes, consistency does matter. And most people say I'm very consistent. Even people who hate me. Even when I get those hate emails, I get the thing for the hate emails saying like, well, at least you're consistent. It's like, yes I am. Yes I am. Merry Christmas, says Sluggy Fresh. I've been a member for a month, bro. A month! I've made it! RT, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Oh, went back and started watching all your oldest videos while I was waiting for the top 10. I like seeing how the channel has evolved. From the camera phone to the rudimentary, like, 4 something pixel one, and worked our way up as more money came in. And I found the need to get an extra job, right, Word Squirrel? Then it started paying for stuff. When my basement flooded, oh, that was horrible. Oh, Solrina, people say I'm too happy. I actually get those emails. You're too chipper, man. Calm the F down. That's the kind of emails you get sometimes. I've been watching you for around 2 years. Keep it up. Well, thanking Breaking Badlands. Thanks, man. By the way, Badlands should make the top 10 tomorrow. And you know what, Tug? Misery loves company. Remember that. Some people are just naturally not happy people, and they can't be chipper, and it's okay. I don't get mad at them. I don't take it personally. I have people in my own family who say I'm too happy. I'll be honest. I mean, Mrs. Mox is not going to be watching this, but guys, imagine waking up and I'm this happy in the morning. Like, I'm going to go walk the dog. It's 4 in the morning. Yeah, I'm going to get up. You want to come with me? I'm not going with you to walk the dog. Okay, I'm just going to go for an hour. I'll be right back. And then I'll start breakfast. I'll get your coffee going. Just go. Just go. Too happy. Shake it off, man. Shake it off. Hey, thanks a lot, Farid. Farid Rodriguez. Yeah, man. 20K, bro. 20K, guys. It's crazy. And to think where we were, and you go all the way along the timeline of the channel, right? And we get to... Oh, Grasshopper, what's up, man? And then you go all the way along, and you see at the end, there was 20K. So I started like hoping to get 1,000 subscribers one day. Then it's like, okay, if I got 1,000, I should be able to get 5. And if I get 5, I should be able to get 10. And if I get 10, of course I can get 20. And now you realize, well, 20 just leads to what, 50? Can I get to 100? Hey, we're did I miss? Merry Christmas, man. Zach, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man. I'll put you down here, buddy. I'll put you down. We will spin the mighty wheel for you. All right, Zach, I got you, buddy. I got you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Tough times at Christmas. I've been hearing a lot of that lately. We lost like 8 patrons in the last like 10 days because they're having a hard time, guys. I get it. But at the same note, if you're looking for a Patreon slot, there's probably one for you. I have to, Grasshopper. I'm a person of habit. The dog gets walked from 4 to 5. Then I go to work. And when I get home at 7, he gets his walk for an hour. Then I do dinner and everything, get this stuff all going. And then he gets his next walk at 11 p.m. Even if I'm still filming, I gotta get that done. But that way he has 3 walks a day. All right, let's spin this. Let's spin this. Here we go. Boom! It's going around. It's going around. Zach, I love you, bro. Merry Christmas. You get nothing. You ching, bop kiss. Doesn't update? What didn't update? Tug? I'm sorry. What didn't update? Oh, what? Vincent, yes. You can use the Magnus of the Candelabra, but at the time of when the Magnus of the Candelabra came out, as well as the Magnus of the Disc, Magnus of the Tabernacle, all these guys, when they came out, it's because there was easier ways of dealing with creatures and not enchantments and not artifacts. Okay? Nowadays, every card is so multifunctional, it doesn't matter if Wizards gives power creep. It really doesn't matter if you make a really insanely powerful creature because there's 16 different ways of getting destroy artifact, kill target creature or planeswalker, and gain 3 life but discard a card. There's all these combo cards that allow the Wizards to deal with it that really players should never feel threatened. It's how you build your deck. Do you have enough solutions in your deck plus enough offense to get you where you need to be? It's crazy. They do RT. I'm surprised. Like, again, I don't really open it up for a lot, though. That's right, Alan. It happened, buddy. It happened. I have it here already. The Shazam is in the house. I'm just not sharing it with anyone yet. I got the Mrs. Mox, permission. Just an agreement that, yes, I was putting this on the credit card for the rest of the money, but I will work toward paying it off. I took some extra shifts at the other job. And it's going to happen. Oh, Alan's like, I got mine too. Yeah. The collective will. It's so great. Well, there's so many amazing Magic cards to buy. But where do people have faith in buying their Magic cards? It is the reserve list. That's where people's faith in everything lies at this point. Yeah, you know what, Solrin? The funny thing is, I would use it for old school. Like, it'll actually see some play. I don't have a play set or anything, but it will see play because I'll use it in old school. Because it's still a wicked creature in old school, right? I'm putting together a Boros deck for Modern. I found someone running for the first time in my life, searching for a Cursed Totem. See? Grasshopper, it was crazy to see the sales of the Cursed Totem on the top 10. Cards like that never make the list. It's been reprinted, but I'm sorry. People wanted that card. And when you see 500-600 sales and you start tracking through, now you're up to 900, 1200, and it just keeps going, you're like, whoa, that's a lot of sales, buddy. A well-loved copy, Jester. Although, I think it looks pretty crisp. Okay? I think it looks really good. Ah, Tug, thanks, man. Thanks. Oh, Grasshopper, it's in the top 10 this week, man. Didn't you watch the video? Didn't you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment, which helps support the channel? I'm crossing my arms at you, Grasshopper. I have more subscribers than you on my made-up channel. Well, me too. My other made-up channel has 100,000. So funny. I remember some guy sent me a channel, right? And he was like, oh, I destroy reserve list cards. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, I'm going to cut them up. And the more subscribers I get, the more I'm going to destroy. I was like, what? Anyway, I never heard from that guy again, so I guess his videos didn't do well. Mine cost me $400, but it's been a while. Oh, yeah. Well, this one cost me... Do I still have the price thing? I think I got my Shazam. Taxes in. for 1,900 and change, which I thought was pretty good. Gotta run to the store. Hopefully you'll be back before the end. I'm sure you will, White Squirrel. As fast as you are, climbing through the treetops, surviving through the jungles, you'll make it back. Hey, BF Shadow, what's up, man? Happy Saturday. Bad Boy Game. You know what? I stopped watching Bad Boy Gaming. Nothing against him. It's funny with like the box opening stuff. I don't have as much enjoyment watching box opening videos anymore. And I did that follow-up video. So a lot of the channels that just do box opening, I only watch them sporadically now when something interests me, where I used to watch people's stuff every day. I really follow the market, so I'm more interested in finance stuff anyway, or older cards, of course, like open boosters and stuff, right? And of course, when Rudy does collection videos, I'm like drooling to watch what he's got coming in. But I don't watch all the, what do you call it? Hey, Sandwich! I don't watch all the other stuff. Only 1,900? Pulled mine. Oh, okay. Pie Guy? Yes. We can all play that game. What? You want me to flex? You want me to go grab my Type 1 deck? I pulled this Black Lotus. I pulled these 5 Moxes. Of course we pulled our cards in the 90s. I wish I'd pulled a Juzam. When I opened my, I only got a couple of packs of Arabians from that seamstress shop, the stitching shop. But I remember like Flying Men, Unstable Mutations. I remember stuff like that. I have my Alley of Cairo from there as well. Yeah, Alan, we're about the same. That good for us, right? I'm good for that. Yeah, it's the same. You know what? Views are down generally for a lot of YouTube channels now anyway. This is that time of year. It's either really up if Wizards makes a lot of mistakes, or if things are calm and kind of consistent, it's kind of down. The only real thing that I see playing on players' minds right now is the damn pricing, okay? The pricing and the failure of certain products to keep value after they're open, like collector boosters. They say it's a collector booster, but why is it collectible? Where's the value in that collectible? Is it collectible just because of the artwork? People don't see the value equating to that when they actually open it and see the prices drop. So I've had a whole bunch of these like subgroups and people emailing, texting me, and I get a lot of people on Instagram where they just send questions to me like, have you seen this? Have you noticed this? Did you check out this? Like when I got when David told me about all the discounts on some of the older boxes this week, it really started dropping down. When you saw, Aftermath collector boxes for like $68, that just blew people's minds. Tell me which Power 9 is the most reasonable to get now. I'm thinking about it next year around February. By reasonable, I mean cheaper. Oh, I mean the cheaper end. Is it Time Vault? Time Vault's amazing. Okay. Zach, hold on. I got different questions for you here. Different questions. Number 1, does it have to be, or can it be a collector edition? Because collector edition have dropped a lot in price, but not every collector edition is worth buying right now. But you can get a Time Vault collector edition for $100. Okay? Or is it Force Field? Force Field collector edition for $100. But if you wanted to go get, depends on where you are. But I saw, hold on, there was a couple that caught my eye. Let me go over here. I just want to check it so I can get my thing. When I was looking before, I think it was 401. In stock only. Their Moxes were getting pretty cheap, but it depends on what you want to spend, because if you have a high, if you do a lot of purchasing from 401s, you get like this 10% off, right? That's what I'm at because I orders from them all the time. And no, they're not my favorite shop to shop at all the time. Remember, they don't actually sponsor this channel. They let me do some box openings and stuff, but they actually don't sponsor it in terms of like they give me money or anything. It's not like that. They have a beta, a really beat up beta. They consider it damaged for $4,200, which means you had 10% off. They'd be like $3,800, $3,900. But they have some beat up cards that are pretty darn cheap if you go looking. So I would go for a Force Field, you can go for the Time Vault if you want something cool to look at, Zach. But for me, there's just so many choices out there that, Alan. It definitely is, especially when they unbanned it. When they unbanned that card, and they made it with Twiddle Vault, and you could animate it back in the day, but they made it easier to use now with Voltaic Key, it is definitely one of the heavy hitters you can get on turn 1. you can end a game with it. So, yeah. What is this? Half hour in and I haven't even hit... You know what, T-Wolf? I wonder sometimes, too, why people don't like me. And they don't hit that like button. That's what liking's all about. Mox, man, what's your favorite OG duel? Tropical Island. For very selfish reasons. My early decks were all multicolored, of course. But for me, it was the idea of multiple regrowths before they made the restrictions, right? Regrowths and time walks. Because I hadn't seen a fork yet, right? So it really was just one of those things I just kept doing it, man. It was awesome. But there are so many cheap cards right now in terms of where they used to be. Doesn't mean they're the cheapest for a player to afford, guys. But there are so many good, valuable cards that are pretty cheap. At least in my opinion. I look at it and go, oh, that's such a good deal, man. That's such a good deal. What? Okay, RT, okay, have you been playing like every deck my first deck was mono white weenie with Crusades and all my banding stuff. It was great. It played well. But when I started seeing what people could do with multicolor lands, you know, those early adopters who played a black and white deck with White Knights and Black Knights and Will-o'-the-Wisp and Wall of Swords and crazy stuff. And then you start seeing the really adaptable players after the first expansions came out. And you started seeing, you know, just insane stuff with Time Walk and Fork. And I saw my first Time Twister. You start buying all this stuff and collecting it and trading for it. I never went back. That's why I think OG stuff, for me, is always going to be my favorite. I can't help it. There are lots of new cards I love to mix with my old cards. Because the flavor sometimes, I'm more of a flavor guy. I don't always go for the win as much as I go for the fun of playing. I'm just lucky I didn't sell all my cards off. That's what it is. I'm lucky I kept my collection. Oh, yeah. Oh, Alan, totally. Remember, you just go like, turn one, you go like, you know, some kind of combination of Black Lotus with some lands, and you're just like, oh, there's my Juzam turn one. They're like, what? What? And you can't terror it. They better have that swords, man. So great back in the day. So great. So yeah, favorite OG duel, just, you know, guys, that'd be Tropical Island. Okay, which card? Juzam is a brutal beast. He was the #1 card for literally years because he was so cheap to get out. And the penalty was so minor in comparison. You're just thinking by today's standards, where you have things like Questing Beast. And yes, that's why I think they should have separated formats for gameplay. That's why we have these older school ones that people play now. Because it's like, that was the most powerful card. Remember Thunder Spirit? That thing was insane back in the day. Oh my god. Even when you look at some of the guys like Rogoth of Kirkheap and stuff. He was brutal with kobolds, man. You're like, look at him coming to get you. Tug and Nutters with, yo, man, we're going to spin this up. All right, here we go for Tug. Boom for Tug. What a weak spin. Tug, my advice is that should have been a better spin, and I'm sorry I failed you. I don't know what I was thinking, man. That was a weak spin. Weak. I don't know what it is, man. Weak. Oh, yeah, Ernaham de Jin. The first time I saw that thing, I'm like, you think I care about giving one of your creatures Forest Walk? This thing's a 4/5 for 4. I'm coming to get you with it. I have my antique cards here somewhere. My buddy gave me back the Royal Assassin and stuff I lost to him in the early 90s. It's crazy. Underground. Oh, of course, man. I think it went around once. But you know what? In the Christmas spirit, I'm going to spin it again. Why not? Here you go, Tug. There we go. Now we know it's gone around for Tug. Look at that. Oh! Look at this. Look at this. There you go. There's the Bazaar. That's the next one I have to buy. And no, I'm not buying it now. I got to pay off the first one. But I am going to get that Bazaar. So that's because of Tug now. Tug, it's actually on the list. There you go. The next card I'll be buying will be Bazaar. So I will save for that bad boy diligently. I don't care if it's beat up, damaged, destroyed. I'm getting that Bazaar. And then my big cards are out of the way. And then I just got the mediocre ones to get. A few $100 here or there. There you go. That's right, Alan. Now it's a thing. Now I got to make that happen. And if there's one thing I'm good at, it's sticking to my guns and getting stuff done. Buy a gift card. That'd be a hell of a gift card. I think the cheapest one Could you say the first spin for Doug was bizarre? Oh, thanks a lot, Savannah Line. Hey, and thanks a lot for that card, bro. That was amazing. With the hammerable garden inside. Dude, thanks a lot for sending me that Christmas card, Savannah. That was an epic, buddy. Epic. Oh, I love the Bazaar as well. And I hated it as a kid. I didn't understand it. All right? Because I would use it with things like Library Lang, so you could discard to the top of your deck. Put things in order. Use it with things like Sylvan Library. We used to have these crazy combo stuff we used to try out. Cards in review hitting 20K, buddy. Thanks, man. I mean, we're actually over 20K by a clear margin right now. I would love it if we just keep climbing. You never know. It could just keep going up. Before you know it, we could be moving up. So Hold Up TCG allows you to make installments on cards, though, right? You could technically buy an unlimited piece. Okay. Yes, I could, Zach. I totally could. But you have to understand this with TCG Player. If I buy that card on TCG Player, number one, it would be a fortune. If I go on TCG Player right now and I type in Bizarre. Hold on. Bizarre. Is there even one for sale? Okay, heavily played is $2,000 US, which is $2,300, and then I pay a 30% guaranteed import tax, which makes it like $2,700. It'd be easier to buy it in Canada. That's all I'm saying. Some cards do not make sense to buy on TCG Player because the import fees are so bad, and then the taxes on top of that just cripple you. They just cripple you. It depends on what you're buying. So in the case of this, I would look for it locally. I also need to get the Army of Allah. Hey, Tyler, thanks, buddy. 21, no, there's no 21K party. That'd be kind of funny, though. Oh, Alan's like, I know, but you only have so many funds. And I have to be able to clear it off. Like, honestly, guys, I just think I deserve that, Juzam. I worked hard all year. I don't really get anything. So I'm like, I needed it. It really perked me up. 20K subscribers perks me up. I would love to get to the point where I could... You know what? It's like a dream. Here's my dream. Here's the dream. Let me live the dream with you. Imagine having a slush fund. Not like Burning said, but like a fund. Say I buy, let's just say Dominaria here, and I paid $130. I would like to be able to offer that box even 10 years from now for that same $130. Never going up. If you're a patron, it just stays there. So if you need that box, you can just buy one. And then you can possibly profit from it later. But I like to have a certain amount of stock. So you could do that. It never really came to pass, but you could do the same with like cards. You buy it at this point. So for anyone who supports you, it's stuck at that point forever. These are like thoughts that enter my head sometimes. But I need to have like 10 times the amount of subscribers and 10 times the amount of capital coming in. What if Miss Mox got you a Shazam for Christmas? She did not, because she doesn't get the cards enough. She still thinks the Bloomburrow guy, the Bloomburrow set, is cute and cuddly. She doesn't play Magic. She destroyed my beta Time Twister with water. Near mint to complete garbage falling apart. She doesn't get it. She just knows that it doesn't cost us tons of money for me to play the game, and it's not really a bad habit like anything else that could be going wrong in the world, so she's cool with it. So I'm just reading these notes here. Oh, it'd be crazy, RT, right? RT, that'd be nuts. You need to get us... Hey, Team Buzzard, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, like if I'm buying certain cards, like when I was buying all kinds of stuff from the dark, I'm surprised by how many times even low-end stuff got caught by the what do you call it? The thing. Customs. I was surprised by how much customs got me. It was a lot. Like I have like 70 orders here over the course of that time. Yeah, thank you, Cards and Review. My brain was doing like a destruction of my inner soul. Right? But I find when some orders, when I order like a single card, like say I ordered a Preacher near mint for 40 bucks. It got here no problem. Crazy. Jess is like, yo, man, here is 0.1073% of my... Oh, wow, man. Thanks. I'm getting like a percentage point of your income. I appreciate that, Jess. Remember, your name still goes on here because you never know. You never know. This is very nice of you guys to donate tonight. Thanks, man. Now, back to this whole thing about the reserve list stuff and the cards we're talking about. I saw also a whole bunch of people saying they should be expanding the reserve list. Now, I, of course, am pro expanding the reserve list. But what I'm surprised by is the amount of people now talking about it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. But that means probably Wizards is going to hear about it, though. They're going to hear, and they're going to wonder how they can exploit it, how they can tap into that. So I'm wondering how that will play out in the next little while. Any tips on low-end reserve list cards that are playable in Commander? Of course, Shadow. I mean, I usually do these when I do the card watch videos. But if you take something like Desert, it says 1 damage target attacking creature. But if you add that with a Bolduvian Trading Post, that's now 2 damage you can do to somebody's attacking creature. You can cripple stuff. That's a low-end reserve list card, that Bolduvian Trading Post. Keljoran Outpost makes creatures. Any white commander deck should have that card inside. Any one of them. Same if you're playing blue, you got to have a Soldevi Excavations. Those are considered low-end cards, less than 10 bucks. There are so many choices right now. Elvish Farmer to build up tokens, to build up counters. Sorry, you don't need the counters, but you can find other cards that let you transfer counters that can count for something else. There's a lot of fun cards out there you can build with and manipulate by today's standards into something entirely unintended when the card was originally created. There's fun stuff out there. Chatter can be movement. That exactly, Alan. That's what I'm saying. Enough word gets around, they start thinking, is there something here? Let's get the economic team to take a look at it. Zach says, glad I'm getting by on my idea. Expand the reserve list. The rising yes. But how can you get new players to understand that they now have a chance to capitalize, right? They have a chance to grow with the reserve list and guarantee the secondary market value, because we know some of the old boxes will now be sought after. If you expand the reserve list by 10 cards a year, I'm just going to say 10 cards, and certain sets will have 2 or 3 cards in each one on the reserve list, okay? Those boxes now have a secondary market value that might be a little bit higher, especially if it's a good card that gets put on the reserve list. But at the same time, the secondary market cards of when they were available for sale may see an uptick in the volume sold because these cards are going on the reserve list. So Wizards gets to tap into the primary market. They possibly get to tap in at the end of the market before the life cycle ends, because they announce which cards are going on the reserve list. And then you have players who believe the cards have secondary market value now because they've been added to the reserve list. It brings more money in. It expands the game idea. Also, I think any banned cards, just shove them onto the reserve list and call it a day. Do we buy out Soldevi Excavations or Fastbond? Well, it's for the children. When my birthday comes, I'm probably going to be having some fun. So you can wait for my birthday live stream, Matthew. You can wait, man. Your wife destroyed the bit. Technically, yes, breaking. I mean, the video's out there. I have the video on that Time Twister thing. It was Mother's Day, and she destroyed it, okay? Like, a big vase of water thing fell in, and it hit the pockets of a whole bunch of my cards, like Karn Liberated and all this stuff, but when they were really expensive, and they got melted, man. Like, it was there for days before I noticed, and the water just, like, ate the card apart, so it was like putty. And that was, like, I played with my unlimited Time Twister, and this was a near mint beta I opened from a pack I'd never played with. I kind of forgot that I had it. I was all proud of it. Back then it was still like a $2,000-$3,000 card back then. This is just when the market was going up, and then it got destroyed. We don't talk about it, though. I just rub it in her face sometimes, and she can't say anything. She knows. She knows the score on that one. Zach says, reserve list, Chrome Mox, Mox Opal, Mox Amber. Make it happen, oh Cabal Coffers. Zach, I get you, buddy. I get you, man. And Cards Review says, here's $4. Thanks, man. Let's get cards on there, too. Cards. You didn't put a question or anything, though. No. Wizards is not ready for 2024. They are putting out what they have to put out. They're going to run the gauntlet of being picked on and teased for this whole 2024 so they can turn the ship for 2025. I think Bloomborough will do fine. Modern Horizons 3 I think might be a letdown based on the price, but we are going to see some of these sets like Murders at Karlov, Mana and stuff not go off the way people are expecting it to. Yeah, they're starting to tighten the print runs. I heard that too, but that doesn't equate to value if nobody wants the boxes. When we saw all these boxes the last week, and they were all for sale and all discounted, and none were really selling, that they lowered the prices again, that tells you players don't back you. Players are rejecting what you're trying to offer. You better switch up a lot faster, and I don't think they can. I think they've just got to play out their hand and wait till 2025. It'd be crazy to see how this year pans out. Hey, good evening, Tom. How you doing, buddy? It sucks to suck. That really blows. Oh, it was horrible. Makes me wonder how many good reserveless cards have been axed. Okay, I had that buddy, or my friend's friend, who, with the moving van and those cardboard boxes full of his old cards, got destroyed, right? That stuff happens. Now, did it happen that much? I know parents who threw cards out. I know that stuff has happened, but I really don't know, out of the millions of cards that were created, how many actually ended up in a landfill. That I don't know. I actually don't know how that panned out. The only problem I can see with Wizard Coast adding to the reserve list is they'll do their darndest to power creep them into oblivion anyways. And that's fine, T-Wolf. I understand that that is part of the game. Jizan Dijin does not have it. But if they blend these into formats where they can be played, if they have a reserve list format, right? Where you can play reserve list cards, it'd be great. It'd be great. I don't care about the whodunit theme set. Yes, Grasshopper, that's what some of my friends are telling me. Although a few did buy boxes. They're willing to try it out, but they have no expectations on it being a good set. That's not what they're doing. They're like, eh. They're cool with it. Uh-oh. Somebody sent me money on PayPal. Who did it? Which one of you guys did it? I think that's Team Buzzard. I saw you do that, Team Buzzard. Hold on. Just so you guys know, there's a lot. Oh, the Marvel could be good, man. Let me get Team up here. There we go. I knew it was you, Team Buzzard. I recognize your name. Don't you worry, buddy. For Team Buzzard! You never know. This is a shout out to Team Buzzard, the most amazing guy who ever lived on the planet of the Earth. This is amazing to see you make it this far into the game and be with us right now tonight. It's great to have you here. Merry Christmas. Don't put up a fight. And watch that movie Violent Night. It was a great flick. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times now. I love that movie. It's made it into the Christmas rotation. It's going to be bad for Wizards, Zach, yes. Bad for them, not bad for us as players, because we're not going to buy it. And they're going to catch in on that. Serialized cards can't save them. It's not any one thing. It has to be a multi-pronged approach. Bringing Standard back to life will help them. But it's going to take time, and there's not enough prize support going around. It might, but Cards in Review, don't forget what happened to, where is it? Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget the power level for your favorite hero cards matters. Who here watched Infinity War, saw the Hulk get completely brutalized by Thanos and was not insulted? That's the Hulk. And he couldn't even stand in a fight for a few seconds? That's ridiculous. He took that Fenris wolf and flipped it over on his head and stuff? That's ridiculous. They couldn't even take a couple of punches from Thanos? At least to kind of make it look realistic. They make Hulk look like a baby. They could do that to your favorite Marvel characters if they don't play it right. Sorry, itchy nose. It would be so insulting if they make Wolverine anything less than at least a 2/2 double strike indestructible 2 casting cost. 1 green and 1 red. Anything less is unacceptable. Oh, and he should have regeneration. And if he goes to the graveyard, he gets shuffled back into your deck. If he gets removed from play, he gets shuffled back into your deck. That's Wolverine. Nose hair. RT Resca, that's kind of cool. Oh, I remember that What If comic. I remember that one. Okay, T-Wolf, I would not call them meaningless because I played against a guy last weekend and I was, this is Mini Mox's Dragon deck that we're still kind of working on. And of course, Minimox has some of the dual lands. When you lay a Taiga out, and that guy's got to get a pathway that only flips from one or the other. It was a one-on-one match, by the way. And he's just like, oh, man. How old are you? And he's looking at my son. My son's like, I'm 12. And he goes, is that real? I'm like, yeah, he's been saving for them. He goes, but he's 12. And he started scratching his head. I go, yeah, but he saves all of his money so he can save for these kind of cards. He's like, you didn't give it to him? I'm like, no, he earned it. Although I said on my YouTube channel, some people helped pay for it. He's like, and then later on, he laid out the scrub land. He's like, whoa, man, how many dual lands does your kid have? I'm like, he's getting there. He's getting there. It was faster. It was faster. When you can get those out, you don't have to worry about your mana combination. It gives you a lot more to work with and a lot less worry in your opening hand if you have one or two of those cards that happen to be there. So, yeah, diehards care the most, but it still simplifies so much deck construction in a 5-color deck for Commander. It's insane. You mean that Dakon guy? Darkin, Draken, whatever. Like, I hate that. It's ridiculous. I always thought that character was lame. Oh, okay. Matthew, that is something going on. There was a lot of sales for her. We can't touch on that. Hold on, let me pop her up here. So, most of you guys know this Amalia Bendaves Aguirre, right? Now it says here, 1 black, 1 white for a 2/2 legendary creature, Vampire Scout. Ward, pay 3 life. That's not bad. Whenever you gain life, Amalia explores. Then destroy all other creatures if its power is exactly 20. Forget the power exactly 20. Think about that explore power and the idea of gaining life and how easy it is to do in this game. Then you look at ways of pumping this creature up, even temporarily, to get her to 20, to clear the whole battlefield. People have been specking on the card because it is a playable card. I faced off against that card so many times in Commander, it blew my mind. Not Commander, sorry, in Arena. So many times. It's a great card. I don't know if it deserves to get a lot of attention yet, but there are things that can happen. T-Wolf, I love 5-color decks. That's how I played Magic. Wolverine dies to electric attacks. He can't really die, technically. Anything that actually kills Wolverine, I call BS on. Jess, sorry. As long as there's a scrap of his molecules left, it just reforms around. I like that. Yeah, definitely standard play for sure. Yeah, for 5-color, Zach, maybe 4 as well. Well, it depends. Like I like 5-color decks personally. They don't always make the most sense depending on what format you're playing in. But when you see, like, at least when you play a monocolor inside of a arena or even at a store, when somebody sees a monocolor, they're usually not worried at all because they know kind of what you're playing. When you see a 2 or 3 color deck, the variations that start opening up in your mind as an opponent, as well as the player who has built the deck, you're like, I got this answer to this, I got this answer to this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And if you play the odd card they can't face off, hopefully one of their multi-tiered cards can deal with it. No matter what happens with a Marvel set, someone's favorite hero is going to get the short end of the stick, and that's the problem. By the way, I have friends who are like really looking forward to the Marvel set. Because they again, these are the same friends who play only the set that it's from. So D&D is only with D&D. Marvel will only be with Marvel. Warhammer is only with Warhammer, okay? So they're going to do the same thing with this. Like, oh, I can't wait for the Marvel in Magic, but we're only going to play Marvel with it. So I hope they make it a full set. All my friends are hoping for this huge, like, 400 or 500 card set. Even if he doesn't regenerate, there's got to be a way of bringing him back. That's what I care about. He can die to suffocation in the comics, but he doesn't stay dead. He just wakes up and dies again. So sometimes he thinks of ways of getting out of that. He can stay dead until you can get him out of the water. Which means he'll just sit there forever, right? But it's so cool. Again, you got to get him there. It's not as if he's going to let you do it. I think they'll make him indestructible. That'd be my best guess. But still, I need more coffee. I'll be right back. We're not done the live stream, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I need more coffee. I need more coffee. Time Twister. And those other 200 cards. It's all your fault. Okay, now I'm teasing my wife about destroying the beta Time Twister. Welcome back, Mox Man. You're here. It sounds like Warhammer is going to making some moves. Okay, RT. I have friends who have already pre-ordered. They're very happy with the pricing. They're cool. And I've heard the same thing. My whole thing with those sets is what is going to happen a year from now. See, I'm a patient guy. The fact I can find the Warhammer decks and stuff available all over the place at like 80 bucks, 70 bucks, 60 bucks means I can wait and wait and wait. Because the hype dies off, and that allows you, the player, to dive in and get some of these products a year or two from now, but be able to enjoy them at your own leisure, your own pace, based on what you think the best price would be. Insert girl from music. When the Marvel set comes out, everyone is going to go nuts over the new Squirrel Girl. Hey, Squirrel Girl's taken out some mega heroes, man. She is far more powerful than people give her credit for. It's kind of silly, but it happens. I wish we got Orcs and Eldar. Oh, you know what? Okay, Grasshopper, they can still expand on the Warhammer 40k stuff, right? They can give us different years. We have Fallout this year, but they can go back, relicense it, and bring out a whole new series of cards and expand on these Universes Beyond products. The problem will be is they do it too quickly. You want to run the clock. You want to get as much money as you can over the longest period of time, okay? So if you do it too quickly, you're just gonna be upset because you missed out on opportunity. But if you drag it year over year, it gives you stable earnings for your company. And that's what they tend to do nowadays. For all you know, the licensing deal is in place that in 2026, they're going back to Warhammer 40k. In 2027, they go back to Lord of the Rings. In 2029, they go back to whatever. John Wick. I don't know. Whatever sets they've lined up in all these intervening years. If Marvel does well, they will expand. They can only show so many Marvel characters in a set, and I hope they do it well. Mox, man, we need dwarves. Oh, we need so many more dwarves. I can't tell you how excited I was when we got Torbrand. Because I think the original characters, like, where did halflings go? We don't have enough halflings. We don't have enough gnomes. We didn't have enough dwarves. We don't have enough orcs. We don't have enough kobolds. We don't have enough thralls. I need these creature types expanded on, and honestly, I want more slivers too. I want to see some slivers come back. Oh, don't get me started, man. I can't. I'm not watching the new Superman, by the way. Henry Cavill is my Superman. I can take different Batmans, but I haven't liked a lot of the Supermen, and I liked that Superman. When he eyes the Flash, when they're fighting in front of, like, that rock face, and he's like this, and his eye goes sideways, and the Flash is like, what the, like, you can see in his eyes, what the F? Like, I can see he's tracking me. That blew my mind about how fast and how powerful Superman must be, that I was just like, that was the best scene ever. And I can't tell you how many times I've watched that scene over and over, because it's one of those moments in movies that really got me. The idea of, even in Aquaman, when he commands the trench, and they're like, he commands the trench. That gave me goosebumps, man. Those are great scenes. Great scenes. RT's like, that was great. Oh, okay. Jack Reacher from the TV show. Not the Tom Cruise Jack Reacher, because I actually thought the Jack Reacher from Tom Cruise was pretty good until I saw the Jack Reacher TV show. Then it just blew my mind. I'm watching that Blue Eye Samurai right now, and that's really great. The problem with WC relies on market research, and people told them they care mostly about humans. I think it's not always wise to listen to market research. I agree. Their marketing departments sometimes are idiots, being paid up to $180,000 a year to feed the wrong information. And a lot of their like surveys and stuff, those go out to the LGS. They don't go out to all the fans. Okay? And let's face it, the smallest minority groups of your fan base are usually the most vocal. I just vote with my dollar. If I like something, I buy it. If I don't buy it. And right now, like I said, the last one I bought was the Dominaria United, because I love the set. I promised my store I was going to pay for what I ordered. Even when I saw how bad it was going to go down, I still bought everything. But in my head, I'm going, it's still a good set. I'm okay with this. But what comes next matters to me. And the other sets haven't really been as good, and the value of sealed boxes went down so much there was no point in buying it. Oh, Homerids would be great. Bring back the Homerids too. I agree. They were underpowered for the time period. I would love to see updated versions. Like when we got the Nightmare Thrall from Dominaria in 2018, the Abomination Thrall, that was awesome. It's still not powerful enough, but at least it's a throwback. And how come they totally ignore Thralls in Dominaria United? There's not even a reference to them. I can't tell you how upsetting that was to me personally. Okay, cards and review. You will get another D&D set, and they will listen to what the players have said. They will make it better. They'll keep the flavor, which went off very well, but they'll make more powerful creatures that fit better in with other Magic cards. I don't know if I told you guys this. Oh, I want more Minotaurs as well. Get your didgeridoos out of the way. When I did a Chaos, we do something called Chaos pre-release, where you take 2 pre-release kits of the same type. So I use the D&D ones. I use 2 D&D pre-release kits, and you build the best deck you possibly can. You get any lands you want, but you build with the cards you get in those packs. Build the best deck, and you face up against other people. I went 0 for 24. 24 losses in a row. And that was the best deck that I could build with the cards I got. And no, I didn't have an old Gnawbone or anything, but I had the Ebon Death guy, the guy you could bring back. I had some decent cards. But against the stuff from Crimson Vow, Strixhaven, I was getting slaughtered game after game because it's underrated, underpowered for the D&D set. But if they incorporate better power levels, if Drist instead of costing 5 only cost 4, he would have seen more play. If they had brought more characters in with better, give me Artemis and Turi, give us some better characters, better power levels, it will sell well, and they will bring it in because they own the IP. If you own the IP, it means nothing to them to incorporate those guys back into more Magic cards. I hope they do it soon. I'm getting all excited about this. You guys are giving me great ideas in my head. I mean, come on. I find it very funny. Oh, come on, RT. Don't tease me now. We know we deserve Ravenloft. We definitely deserve it. You know what? Cards and review. I agree. The Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate was a decent set. I enjoyed the cards. They gave us a very large... Oh, Jarlaxle would be amazing. But anyway, so you get me off topic here, people. The idea of the Commander Legends, though, they chose the name, but it should have been a standard set. And they didn't give us Dockside Extortionist or anything to carry the value there, right? But if they had given us that set and just upped it, just tweaked it a bit, I like those dragons being hard to get, but if they'd had a few other cards, like the Kitty Cat and stuff, of some decent value, it would have held up a lot better. But the higher price point turned people off. Oh, Michael, right? Drist is one of the most iconic characters that we have, at least for me growing up. There are very few characters. I still read the novels. Every time they come out, I buy the hardcover, and I sit down and I read one chapter a night, because you have to make it last, because R.A. Salvatore doesn't put the books out as often, right? And when I look at this stuff, and I go, this is what I'm talking about. The idea that I can enjoy it, and I want to enjoy the character in Magic as well. You want me to play with that card? I have every Drist that has been made for Magic, including the paid artist-proof ones. I bought those. I have every single Drist, even the Amper stamp. I paid for it. I have them all because I love the character that much. Even as weak as they make him, I love the card. Love the card. They didn't give him trample or anything. It was insulting, but I hope they do better next time. I hope they do. I hope they give the Tarsarak a better ability. Like, where's the trample, man? Where's the haste? The thing's like a 50-story building. It can't be killed. You make it like, oh, it has ward. Which means nothing if it's the only creature in play and I say sacrifice a creature. There's got to be something to keep those creatures around. Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea, cards. You might see those dragons in there. If it does, the value will tank. I own almost every R.I. Salvatore work paperback, though hardcover is too heavy to move. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, Dragonlance, man. Definitely on my list. Because the first book I ever read in fantasy, yes, before even Lord of the Rings, the first book I ever read was The Legend of Huma, which was Richard A. Knack, which introduced me to Dragonlance. And then I started to look up every book for Dragonlance. That's why I love Minotaur so much. Kaz the Minotaur is amazing. You know what? Didgeridoo. I haven't recapped on Didgeridoo. I don't think it's had a lot of sales. Where's Didgeridoo at? I'm curious about Didgeridoo now. I'm going to put that question out. Oh, there's like 20 people. Yeah, Didgeridoo's not going to make the list. But the card sure is cheap right now. You can get a Didgeridoo for like $7. You better hope we don't get a whole slew of Minotaurs, because $7 Didgeridoo gets sold out pretty quick. Zach says, you owe me 3 spins. Do I? I haven't been spinning you? That's horrible of me. It must be my Christmas spirit getting away from me, man. I'm going to spin for you right now, bro. We're going to spin. We're spinning for you. Boom for Zach. Spin! You get nothing. Because you demanded a spin. Now I'll spin again. Boom for Zach. Because obviously I've been neglecting Zach here. Oh! Nothing! Nothing. Ah! Let's see if your last spin is respectful. Oh! Thank you so much for donating to the channel tonight, Zach. It's amazing to have players supporting me that way. And at Christmas time. I told people not ready to do that tonight, but you're like just jumping in there anyway. I appreciate that. I'm glad you can be that way. Thanks, man. You're amazing. And thanks for coming every night. It's great. I think they started on the Deathgate cycle. Margaret Weston. Oh, I haven't kept on as much with the Dragonlance stuff as I have everyone's. David Lewis, congratulations on 20Ks. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, Mox man. All right, let me get David in there. David, you're rocking the world, buddy. All right, let me get David here. And by the way, I'll be honest, guys. Normally I put this money toward buying Patreon stuff, and until I find out what my taxes are going to be, I'm going to hold all this money in reserve to either pay down my credit card quicker or move it on to buying the Bazaar, okay? I'll be honest about that. And then I'll wait till the new year rolls around. We'll do our Patreon giveaway. I'll get my taxes done as quick as I can to see how much funds I have to start expanding on our Patreon box, which means picking up middle cards. With the prices the way they are, I hope to hit up a lot of middle ground cards because they're really inexpensive right now. So cards that used to be like 70, 80 bucks, I'm hoping to pick up a whole bunch of those to add to the Patreon experience. So I'll let you guys know, and I'll do that kind of expansion probably on the actual Patreon homepage to let you know when I expand it, and I'll probably show you the cards that are being added in. I just gotta wait till my taxes are done. But right now it's more important to pay off my credit card so I have nothing looming over me. Ryan Yancey, thanks, buddy! We made it! We made it! We totally made it. It was amazing. I was at work. When it happened, right? I was like, look, I'm so close. And then I had to go out and do some work. I came back and checked in, and it said it. It was right on the nose. I'm going... I took a screenshot. I almost did an Instagram thing, but it didn't come out very good. So I was like, 20K! It's epic. Thanks, Ryan. Mox, man, on that Escrome, dude, almost... I know, you know what? I don't know. Like, I have gray in my beard. You just can't really see it that well. There's a little bit of gray. But I think it's because... I don't know. Genetics? It's got to be genetics, right? My dad's like 80. He doesn't look that old either. When he's like clean shaven, got the hair fully washed and stuff, my dad doesn't look that bad. Other than he has mobility issues, right? But other than that, even my dad doesn't really look that old. Like if you saw Mrs. Mox, people think like she's way older. She let her hair go gray and stuff, right? She doesn't bother dyeing it anymore. She lost a lot of weight like me, right? But the idea for her, she's like, everyone says I look so old next to you. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Thanks, Sandwich. Yeah. It's got to be the multitasking ninja moves I make. Right? Working 4 jobs makes you look young. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't have any secrets to staying young, I'll tell you that. But I do hear it a lot. Technically, nobody gets to scream at me for this, but I'll be honest. Technically, it's 5 jobs right now. Because one job is next to another job. So when I finish that job, I can pop over for... They're letting me do 3 hours at the other job. So I can pick up a little extra cash. 2.5 hour dog walks right now because it's Christmas holidays. 2.5 hours. I'm scrolling that back a bit. Sandwich, you got to get ahead, man. Nobody's going to help me get ahead. You got to work, work, work. Remember that day I did the bonus video, right? When my videos go together well and I have less trouble, we don't go there, Jess. Good way to kind of get in there. We don't go there. My actual job, because okay, for anyone's new on the live stream here tonight, this is how it goes. My primary job, which like pays my mortgage and stuff, because of that job, it cannot be integrated in any way for privacy concerns into my YouTube career, which means you will never get to know what I do for my primary job unless I ever leave that job. Then it doesn't matter. It won't matter if I leave it, but it matters right now. Right? So, we'll never say. It'll never be up in the air for people to know. The other jobs, though, retail, wood stacking. I work in an office, by the way. I'm an office guy. How about that? Like, I'm an office type of person. To kill you with a pillow. Yeah, you're right, RT. And that's the other thing. I mean, it leaves that air of mystery, which people like to joke about. I'm a Mountie. I'm a metal worker. I'm a deep sea diver. It leaves it open to people to kind of interpret what you think I do, which is kind of funny, right? Even if you guys guessed it right, I would never tell you anyway. But for me, it really doesn't matter, does it? I'm here to talk about magic. I'm here to have those conversations about MTG finance, card combinations, ideas for cards, ideas wizards could do to change, mistakes they've made, conversations about all that are what just drive stuff forward. When you just sit down, you know, Alan's hung out with me before. We didn't talk about it. We just sat and played some Magic and had a good time, man. That's what it's all about. Okay, if Rodeo Moose Rider, weapon specialist, drafting designs and prototyping. That's why I'm working on a real Iron Man suit, man. By the way, don't forget, I did make a suit of Iron Man. It's in my main floor still. If you look at the old videos, I have an Iron Man costume I made for Halloween one year. That thing was awesome. Let me get Zach up here. Let me get Zach up here. There we go, Zach. I got you, buddy. I got you. Zach's, by the way, totally commanding the night. Right? Secret agent. He works for... Okay, if I worked for Wizards of the Coast, you guys wouldn't be as screwed as you are. Either would I be screwed the way I am. No. It would not happen. If I worked for them and I was like in a high enough position, I would be telling people what they should be doing to fix it. 30th anniversary failed for one reason. That's the price. The way they did it is wrong. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Your greediness should be over a long period of time, and really people should notice it's happening. There's nothing wrong with being greedy as a company. I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with that. How you go about instituting, how you get to that greedy point is what matters. Have you ever noticed with all these CEOs and big people up there? Zach, you're definitely right. When you're there as a company, you ever notice it's the workers that pay and not the CEOs? And even when the CEO gets fired, even if Chris Cox gets fired, he was paid millions and millions of dollars a year. If he's only there for 3 years, he never has to work again. Even 1 year, he never has to work again. He's just done. He got successful. He made his money. Even if they kick him out and some new Joe Blow comes in there, some new person takes over, the person leaving has no real consequence because he's already made his cash. He just wants to stay there as long as he can and generate, and that's the mistake. I understand that doesn't always work out for people. I get that. But I'm more of the moderation view where it's like, I don't need to make millions of dollars a year. I want the company that I'm working for to be successful long term so I get to have a job because I like my job. I want to stay in my job. When I probably told you guys this, but I like took a pay cut a few years ago before the COVID stuff because they were doing some layoffs. I had to let some people go. And me and some people got together. We brought it to the highest management because I'm like a middle management guy. And we saved a couple of people's jobs because we knew those people made everyone else's lives easier. And by getting rid of those 2 people they got rid of, if we had allowed that to happen, the workload just would have fallen on us. So instead of that like 8% raise you gave me, take away the 8%, take their 5, their 3s and whatever. Let's save those jobs. If you're not in it with them, that's the problem. If you think you're above them and you forget where you came from, which is why I tell you guys on this channel that you guys helped get me where I am. And the second I ever forget that, slap me in the face. Bring out a wet pickle. Don't forget, Mox Man. Because that's where some tubers go when they get too big and they realize that I'm bigger than everyone. No, you're not. Even superstars. You're nobody without your fans. Remember that. They made you. If everyone here on this channel, if every person, there's 61 people right now. If you 61 people, I know you can't do this, but let's just pretend you could. If all 61 people gave me, hold on. I'm going to work this out. I'm busting out the phone calculator here, people. There's 61 of you here. Let's just say, divide that by 12. Divide by 61. If each of you could somehow afford to give me $150 a month, all just the 61 that are here, $150 a month for a couple of years, and I had no other drawbacks, no penalties, no taxes, I would probably have enough money if I invested it all that I wouldn't have to work anymore. That means you made me rich, right? Same thing that happened to Rudy when he had like 5,000 patrons all giving different, same thing as the professor, right? Yeah, he has a writing team, he has people help him out, but it's still a very small operation that just looks very big, okay? So if you have all those people doing it, you become rich, but your fans made you rich. So don't forget them. They put their hard-earned money into you. They've invested time and viewing and effort because they believe in what you're doing. They made you rich. They can stop paying you and not make you rich anymore or make you leave the field because there's not enough cash in it for you. Never forget where you came from. And that counts for anybody out there. Be a nice person. Be nice to people around you. And generally speaking, most people I think want to be nice. There. I think I have my blow up now. I feel better. Do I make them bonies? No! There's only 21 likes right now? What's with you people? Like harder. Like harder! Yep, the company I work for has been great for that. Every year for the 21 years I've been there, we've gotten at least one raise because people in the front make the money for the people up top. Yep. Exactly. Alan, well said. That's exactly how I feel. I'm not saying every day is a great day in the world of Magic. But when those people like Chris and them fail to recognize where they came from, they'll be booted probably before they want to be booted. If the company's not making money, they got to kick those people out and get new people in. But I hope that people they choose is not a Cynthia type person. They got to choose somebody who knows the gaming industry. I've seen some people on those panels. Not the guy who does the Twitch streams. Like there was some girl at one of the panels. And I found her very engaging as a conversation, how they thought about Magic and stuff. That's the kind of person I want to see somewhere in the upper middle management, so they have some influence on both sides of the table. One for the workers and R&D below, but one above for the guys so they can talk to Chris and them about the ideas that are going on and keep their ear to the ground. But you have to rotate those people because if they're in those positions too long, they get detached because money can detach you. It's very hard to stay grounded. Oh my goodness. I still remember when my basement flooded, Smitty. And me and Minnie. I would say, just work for the government. I can deal with that crazy. Press F5. It's 45 likes. Come on, guys. Get the likes up to 100. Rank and position. I'm all about bringing people together. People may know... Oh, exactly. That's why on this channel I always say, do you think the Force of Will has already seen us... I mean, the card Force of Will Unbreakable? I have a spreadsheet going back a few months for that. Hold on. Or the game Force of Will. Force of Will, multiple reprint. Hold on. Force of Will, currently... Okay. Here's your thing on Force of Will for those who are asking. Force of Will's sales have declined by 72% from year over year. From Dominaria Remastered all the way through. The price has decreased, of course, but here's the real kicker for this, is overall sales volumes going forward are next to zero, which means it's selling like less than 20, 30 copies. This thing is selling next to nothing week over week, which means nobody's buying it because the price hasn't dropped more. So the floor price and the floor card have met, and it's not going lower because people only want to buy it if it continues to fall. So I think it's pretty much at its low. Oh, Tug's like, hey man, I gifted out the MOX Man memberships. I said, here's some memberships, here's some memberships, there's some memberships, and guess what? Here's some memberships. And let's see who grabbed those. T-Wolf grabbed one, Breaking Badlands, Ryan Yancey, MTG Squirrel, Alan, you grabbed one too. If everyone pushes Alt and F4. Seriously, don't do that though. Oh, I know, buddy. Tug, Merry Christmas, man. I will see you guys, of course, no matter what, guys, even when the stream ends. I'll still see everyone in the comment sections. I'll have my phone with me. Oh, okay. So I'll still see people, okay? So don't worry. I'll be around, but we won't have a live stream until my birthday, that means, which is the 7th. Let's celebrate their 5th Super on a live stream. I'm excited for the Western. Oh, I know, right? You know what? Andrew God's been a member for 6 months. Hey, buddy, you're moving up. You may get to that Benelish Hero one day. That's the hard badge to get. YouTube membership is like the most useless thing to buy. No, it's not. You're supporting me each and every month. And of course, then you can play me on Arena. When you're online, you can play with me on Arena. It's great. I play with a whole bunch of YouTube membership members on Arena. What is the most common color you play in Commander? 5 colors, Schmitty. 40% of my decks now are 5 color. Yes, I do. I do try to answer emails on my lunch break, at night, before I start work, and sometimes when I'm in a meeting and nobody knows what I'm doing. It's so true. It's crazy, right? It's crazy to think of. But yeah, even there'll still be videos all week, guys. I should have videos lined up for the whole week. They may not be the hottest topics, but I'll have all my videos lined up, so we'll still have stuff going every day. I do have a Kendrith as my commander for one of them, but I choose 5 color commanders like Sliver Queen for my Sliver one. And I choose Horde of Notions as another one, just because I like it. I'm so jelly. Don't be jelly, man. Let it be an inspiration to you. Or just go, dude, get a life. That's what my sister says. You work too much. Get a life. I'm like, this is my life, and I actually really like it. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. By the way, me and my sister don't get along that well. I love coffee. Sometimes it just goes down well. And I still gotta finish. I gotta finish the counting tonight for the top 10. How's the video doing today? The video really slowed down today. Hold on, let's see where we're at. Yeah, it got slaughtered. Oh, today's video got killed. Ka-ching! Remember we talked about it not hitting that 1900? This one's not gonna hit it. It's not gonna make the cut today. People were not interested. They were out shopping. Does Moxman own any revised or unlimited older stuff? Sealed? I think I have a couple of sealed revised packs. Not unlimited sealed. Like, come on. I was a teenager. I was opening that stuff. At one point, my dad sent me a box of stuff I never opened. It was in like a shoebox. It had a couple of packs of Arabian Nights. That's where I got my revised stuff. But the thing is, I even opened some of those at that point because I was like 20. I wasn't really thinking. So, have you seen the cartoon Hero Too Much Coffee Man? No! That's a cartoon? Hold on. I gotta look that up now. What the Hero. That's silly. No, the Urza's box is right here. Urza is right here. Man. Made in Belgium. Jess is like, dude, I'll support you. But I'm never buying a YouTube membership. Fine, you can just join my Patreon. Go find a slot. Let Bigfoot be found. Oh, they used to be so cheap. Hall of Mist. I remember that card, man. That has been bought out a few times. In case you guys did... Hold on. I love the image, by the way. It reminds me of Clash of the Titans for the Hall of Mist. Cumulative upkeep of 1. No creature can attack if it attacked during its controller's last turn. I love cards like this. I actually have this in my anti-creature deck. Right? I have all kinds of things that stop creatures from attacking. All kinds of Peace Talks and Orum's Chant and all kinds of crazy stuff. And this land, by the way, what I do is I let it die. I use it, let it die, and bring it back with Ren 6, whatever. So many great ways of bringing these cards back. I got a graded Halls of Mist BGS 9. David, we're rocking it, buddy. Oh, yes, we have. Yep, we have. And even now, if you look up Hall, because those cards, when you look up a card like a Hall of Mist, right? This card is literally 60 cents on TCG Player. So if you spent like $300, you could do a mini buyout right now. It'd be just slaughter it. There'd be nothing left. I've been watching you build. Oh, I've been wanting to build a Saruman Goblin deck. Magic back in the 90s was impossible to find. Yes, you're right. And trading was the big thing. And there only so many boxes came to small towns. Like our town didn't get a lot of this stuff. Yep. Well, Kenneth, that's just it. I have played games where people have just not... I don't know if you guys have noticed. Like some commander decks key on one particular combination, right? I had a game a few weeks back where I used a Jester's Cap, but I was using it with Urza to make it cost 1 less. And then I had the things to bring it back from your graveyard, like the Recharged and stuff, like some newer cards. And I basically was like, Jester capping every turn. And then when I took a couple of extra turns with time walking cards, I started manipulating it and going back and getting it. So you're like picking apart their combination. And they have no way of winning at that point. They go, oh, I can't win now. All my combo cards are gone. They haven't built a multi-tiered commander deck. They're meant for like, I'm going to key off on this combo. So a simple thing like a Jester's Cap, which they think, oh, okay, it's 3 cards, not the end of the world. But you're doing it every turn, sometimes twice in a turn. They're like, no! Because Jester Cap costs 1 less with that Urza, so now it's only 3 to cast, right? So great. So much fun. I didn't win the game, by the way. DJ Longhair's like, I made it! I'm here! Happy holidays! Merry Christmas, DJ! Pulling Lotus Petal up for sale on TCG Play. I'm scared it'll get reprinted. Well, Lotus Petal's a great card. Generally, Schmitty, I like to feel cards. I've been around the game a long time. I hate the idea of possibly getting scammed. So if I'm buying from a reputable dealer, I'm usually an in-person buyer personally, depending on what card it is. Like that Shazam, I was feeling the card. I looked at it. I brought comparables. I made sure everything was up and up. I had my lens with me, everything. But on eBay, they have like tracking programs now. You know, they check the cards themselves. They're kind of guaranteeing it. So I'll be curious. I haven't really bought anything there yet, but still. I prefer to look at cards in person. And it has to be like a $300 card like a dual land. I'm not usually worried about those. But the Shazam, I did worry. There's just certain things, right? Should Orum's Chant have been reserve list? Oh, well, no, I don't think so. Orum's Chant's a great card, but it's not the only thing. You got to use it with things like Isochron Scepter, and then they can't attack, which is kind of crazy, right? I'm going to bounce. Need to buy booze for gifts. Hey, Matthew, thanks a lot for hanging out, buddy. Thanks for being such a great supporter of the channel. Enjoy your Christmas, man. Have a great time tonight. See? So about that, Shazam on eBay, and it's legit. Exactly. Mine was an in-person buy, I'll be honest. DJ Longhair, Mox, hit me up, buddy. Not MTG related, 7-0 win rate. Hey, really? 10-minute party. All right, let me get DJ on here. DJ. There you go, DJ. I got you on there, buddy. You know you're on there for a reason. You don't know why. But now that we hit the 20K, we're kind of thinking, and people are asking, what else is going to be at that party? Well, maybe nothing, but maybe other things. Maybe other things are going to be at that party. Hey, thanks a lot, Royal Games. Love your videos. I'm subbing. Sub away, my friend. Just got here. Have we talked about the Fallout release? Hatchet, we've only talked about it a little bit. And when it comes to the Fallout thing, remember, it's going to be a well-received set. It's one of the it's like, okay, sorry. The collector boxes, though, don't put much stock in those. I'll be honest, a lot of the pre-sales are low on those. But the commander decks are going to do very well. They're going to be like Warhammer 40K. They are going to do well. I know a lot of people ordered them, but anyone who's been looking at the collector boxes, that's why I said that's probably going to be the next thing to fail. Because the Fallout collector boxes, no matter how great they may be, at that price point, and remember there's a price increase on those. They're not here in Canada, they used to be like $309 a box. Now they're $339 a box, I believe. $329, $339. That's still an increase that people don't want to pay. If they don't think the value's there, they're not going to buy it. Now, the cards like the Professor Lee person like that, those kind of cards are going to do very well. The energy card was a great thing to add in. Dead meat and stuff, going to be great. Muppet song. With your writing, you could have been a dog. Thanks, Jess. Thanks. Making fun of my writing now. That has something to do with being ADHD. My brain thinks far faster than my hand can keep up. How do you feel about cards such as Surgical Extraction? Meddling Mage is a great card. Slaughter Games, are they overpowered? No. They're not overpowered, okay? They were created for a reason in a set that was being used. But at the same time, Zach, those types of cards, people, unless you see them, like, that's the problem with Shocklands. Unless they bring these things back into standard rotation, they do kind of get forgotten and get regulated to, like, Commander and stuff, right? So when you go off on this stuff and they don't give us Shocklands in an upcoming set, it's been a couple of years, right? It gets rotated out and it just loses interest. And players move on to the next thing until they come around again. But Wizards sometimes wants these things forgotten. They want things to slowly etch up in value. Like if we look, now I know they've been printed a lot. Let's see here, Meddling Mage. Like Meddling Mage, it's a $1 card, right? And it's 1 blue, 1 white. Meddling Mage comes into play. Name a non-land card. The named card can't be played. Fun card to have around. And it's been printed how many times here? Double Masters was the last time, okay? Plane Shift is original. We got Mystery Boosters, Judge Promo. Okay, it hasn't been printed in a while, but since it's reprint, look at the price. It's $1. It's 93 cents on the market. Nobody cares about the card. It's still a great card. It doesn't have flash, unfortunately, but it's still a pretty darn good card to have. I just look and say, you know what? It's okay. I'm just saying you look like you could be, you could get past med school. I'll tell you right now, I'm not a doctor, but here's the cool thing. I am not grossed out by gross things. I've seen some horrific things happen, and I'm totally chill with it, and I know how to react in those situations. How about that? Can you play music? I can do the... No, I'm not a musician, although I tried to play in high school. I did try to, you know, the typical high school thing. We learned Nirvana was big back then, so we were like learning to play Nirvana and stuff on the guitar, electric guitar with a little tiny amp. Yeah. T-Wolf. No, man, I'm good. I'm immune. I gotta sign off. Got cookies and Merry Christmas, says White Squirrel. Merry Christmas. Thanks, man. Have a great Christmas, buddy. We'll see you soon, because you know it's true. No play Big Four, guys. What's this? No play? No play Big Four, guys? I think I'm missing part of a conversation somewhere in here. Somewhere in here I'm missing part of a conversation. I don't know what it is. But I appreciate you guys, man. I like the idea, as we get closer to the end of the year, that we are going to see... Oh, what's this Cursed Totem? I ordered 2 Cursed Totems for my Modern Boros. Cursed Totem. True, Moxman. Do you not feel the ability of Slaughter Games is just too powerful? Hold on. Let me take a look here. Slaughter Games. Okay, I remember this card. Sorcery, 1 red, 1 black, 2 other. Can't be countered by spells or abilities. Name a non-land card, search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name. Only because of, like, yes, if that was in standard, it'd be pretty brutal, okay? It's not in standard rotation right now, right? We don't see it in standard rotation. It's the only printing of this card is Slaughter Games. That's interesting. It's being played only in Pioneer right now, really? It hasn't been mentioned for a long time. It's a decent card, so I guess it gets played in Modern, though, right? It can be played in Modern, Legacy, Pioneer, Historic. So it's not in Standard, though. If it's not in Standard, a card like this isn't going to get a lot of play. Because Commander, you only have 1 copy, right? So it's not being thought of. Happy holidays, everyone! DJ, thanks a lot, buddy. Let me get DJ updated here. All right. Boomstick edition for DJ. I still remember the 5K party back when. Oh, that was so much shipping, Squirrel. So much shipping. I'm trying to tune that stuff down. I like doing it, but I hate when things bounce back, and I hate when people can't give me addresses and stuff quick enough. Some people forget they order. Oh, it is crazy, man. We're almost there. Almost there. I had people have already been trying to buy the complete sets of the Dark, right? People are already emailing in a whole bunch. I'll take a set of the Dark. I'll take a set of the Dark. I'll take a set of the Dark. And you're like, it's not yet. It's not yet. And only so many copies are available for different groups of people on the channel, right? So it was very interesting to see, like, oh, not yet. Not yet. So we'll see. It's very funny, though. It's very funny. Because some of the stuff you're like, be patient. Be patient. It's coming, but everyone's got to have the same chance, right? Because it is first come, first serve. Thoughts on the 97 land Commander deck? Never played it, never looked at it, Schmitty. Although it makes sense with Reality Scramble. Because I'd have to see it play. I'm going to take a note on that, Schmitty. I'm kind of interested now. Because I think the man lands, all these lands that come to life, are going to be something Wizards working toward as a tribal theme later on. No, but Jess, you got to remember, these lands could be like Hall of Storm Giants. All these creature lands that can be activated. Like I did a deck on Arena that it was all board wipes and just lands that come to life. And my white-blue land destruction deck is working very well in Arena. I've made it to Platinum 1, Platinum 2 right now. Oh, okay, Commander Quarters has a video on it? I watched some of their videos. I find them very long. Commander Quarters. Thank you, though, Schmitty. I'll put a note on that one. I'm kind of curious now. I want to see that thing play, but for me, when I look at this stuff, the idea of lands coming to life after you clear the board and you just hit people a little bit, hit someone, hit someone, hit someone, 2 points, 4 points, you're like, it's like death by 1,000 cuts, right? Whereas like even my land destruction one, people don't realize it's a land destruction until halfway through the game. They're killing all these creatures they think are important to my deck. None of them matter. What matters is when I get that stupid Urza out, the one that lets you replicate artifacts. I put out that Goblin Bomb, and then I just start making copies and sacrificing them and blowing up your land until eventually you have no land left. So if you ever see me get to turn 7 on Arena, be afraid. Because I'm going to flash in that Goblin Bomb. I'm going to copy it on that turn. The next turn I'm going to start blowing up your land and eliminating your land and keeping my life total slowly climbing with things like that Candy Trail. Great stuff. Happy holidays, says MTG Squirrel. Happy holidays to you. And yeah, you know what? My wife's so overspent, by the way. Unrelated, not magic topic, but she overspent. Oh, yeah, Blightsteel, not Brightsteel. 11/11 with Infect. Huh? Who farted in the live stream? Oh, you're farting, Allie? Don't fart, buddy. Don't fart. Hold it in, buddy. Hold it in. I just got Infinite and win by turn 7-8. Yeah! Sundering Titan Crucible Worlds to blow up all the lands and... Yes! I do remember that card! I do remember that combination! I've only watched it online, though. I've never played against it, I'll be honest. It was interesting. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on inside, though, that you can see out there, right? When you see all the decks that are available, that's why I love going to places I've never played at before. Sometimes you see entirely different types of decks that you've never played against. And I have that experience quite a few times recently because my Commander decks have a lot of old cards in them, right? So when somebody sees it and they go, is that a real card? And they look at the owner and the owner's like, yeah, that's a real card. That is a lot of fun. Bringing that excitement to people. And then they kind of want to see what you're going to do next. Even somebody played my standard, what do you call it? 60 card sliver deck, which is like an old deck now, right? But we were playing 60 card decks, and I have a sliver deck that of course has like 4 of the Sliver Legion, 4 of the Sliver Queen, 4 of the Sliver Overlord, all those guys, and then I only have 1 or 2 of the new slivers, right? But everything else gives me mana and stuff. It was crazy to see that thing go off now because you're like, it's a 60 card tight deck, right? Goblin bidding. I'm not surprised about Skull Clamp. I'm not surprised at all. Kill a creature, draw a card. Kill a creature, draw a card. Come on. But the Goblin bidding, which one's that one? I don't see that card here. What's Goblin bidding? I don't know that one. You got me on that one, I'm afraid. Can't follow up everything there. Oh, okay. Like Skull Clamp, I can understand why that card would be banned. That card gets abused all the time. Love Skull Clamp though. See, hold on, let me just check it. Yeah, banned in Modern, banned in Legacy. I wonder why. But it's legal in Commander. Hitting those triple mythic set packs. My favorite combo is Sliver Queen, Intruder Alarm, Heartstone, and something that gives haste. Infinite Sliver attacks! If you get that off, your opponent just kind of looks at you and goes... You can just picture it, Jess. Deck was 4 of... Oh yeah, 4 of. Zach, absolutely. Our old decks. Do I have them down here? I may have some down here. Hold on. Nope. Oh, there's so many deck piles. What's in this one? Oh no, that's just... Come on. Where did I put all these decks? Sometimes you just... Nope. What is this? Decks I never even finished. The Cunning Jace Castaway. I never even finished that deck. Only so many hours, man. 4 sharpshooters. I want to see what's going to happen with Orcish Bowmaster. I think that guy's still going to get a reprint in Modern Horizons 3, possibly. I think they could slip him in as a reskin. It just makes sense. He's so expensive still. He's bottomed out a bit with the thing, but it's an expensive card. 40, 50 bucks? And what's Ragavan doing right now? I didn't even check that. Sales were so low, I just kind of skipped it. Yeah, oh man, Ragavan's down to like 50 bucks? Whew, 44 on the market? Ragavan's been hitting hard. Wow. Some of those big cards are really getting hit hard. Cloud Shredder Sliver. Ah! Great card. Great card. Cloud Shredder. I even like the artwork. Good card. I think the deck was more popular when you could damage went to the stack, but I think it was killed when the banning of the Skull Clamp. Yeah. Yeah, but the Cloud Shredder Sliver, guys, great card. That's a lot of fun, man. Those cards like that, depending on what you're playing for. Like, people are saying to me, oh, you're not aggressive enough. I don't get aggressive with my decks normally. I want to play for some unknown reason to try stuff out. If I want to be competitive, I pull out a competitive deck, but I usually don't. Because those are all Type 1 decks that most people don't want to face off against. Nobody likes, oh, turn 1, Time Vault, blah, 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 Ancestral Recall this, flip this, wheel this, half your card go to the graveyard, remove them with a Tormod's Crypt, shuffle your library up again, let's do it all. I get it. I'm happy for the new art. Really? There's new art? Hold on. Did I miss something here? People are throwing stuff at me. There's new art for the Gemhide? Gemhide Sliver. Not that one, right? Really? That new art doesn't do much for me. I mean, it's not awful. It just doesn't do a lot for me. Sad that the book on Dragon's Blood plus lots of Lord of the Rings got ripped off and Aragon was born. Horribly, I bought the series of Aragon. Only read it once. Oh, don't you hate when you buy a book that... I didn't say it was evil. I just said it was fine. It doesn't do a lot for me. Like the Grave Mother Sliver, I'm cool with that art. Like, some of the art's good. And by the way, yeah, I hate buying books that aren't what I think they're going to be. And then when I find a book that I think is going to be bad, but it's really good, like tonight I'm going to watch that Rebels on Netflix, that Rebel Moon thing. It looked really interesting. It kind of reminded me of what was that? What was that TV series? It was based on the Serenity was the end movie. Oh, what's the movie? I can't remember that movie. The movie was Serenity, and it was like a finish of like that Western space motif movie. Anyway, it reminds me of that kind of, so I want to see it. Firefly, thank you guys, thank you, Firefly. I loved it. I can't believe it only went one season. I was dying, and I love the fact. I love the fact when you saw the movie. I saw the movie before I saw the TV series, so it was like a reverse watch. I'm like, how did this get canceled? Oh, really? Jess, really, you don't... Oh, man, I read books over and over. There's always something I miss. It's probably because I read so quickly, but... I have PTSD with slivers. I hate them. That's how I feel about... No, I don't feel that way about them. Bring on my thralls. Bring on my kobolds. Oh, Farscape. Yeah. I did watch Cowboy Bebop, and I couldn't get through it. I didn't like it. But I like the... What's the one with the kid? The One Piece? The One Piece like TV show? I like that. That was good. The One Piece TV show and that the Blue-Eyed Samurai one is really good. So there's been some good stuff. Hey, thanks a lot, Mountain Jam. Thanks a lot, buddy. We're hitting that 20K. We're now going up. We're hoping to hit the 30K? 100K? Oh, I know, right, Ben? Like, well... The Outlaws of Thunder Run, the next Magic set, right? When that comes up, depending on how they put that set together, it could be amazing. I'm really hoping it's like a real villains type world where they're organizing together to try some overthrow of the multiverse using all kinds of different villains to make it happen. It'd be really great. Ah, Kenneth, the 20K party purchase video, that will come out first. Okay? So there'll be a video called the 20K purchase video. When that video goes live, that's when people can buy things from the channel, right? Based on where I put things. Watch the video so you get to know what's going on and how you have to do everything. And then after that, about 10, 12 days later, we'll have the 20K party video, maybe even less than that, depending on how things work out, where some things will get opened, but some things are just being shipped to people. I'll let people know who bought, like somebody who buys, let's say, I don't know, Double Master, Set Booster Box, whatever they're going to buy. Whatever they buy, I will just put it out there saying, here it is. This person bought this, but I'm not going to open it unless they tell me to open it. Because most people don't. But the mystery boosters and stuff, the mystery like package things, usually people want those opened so they can look at it. So we'll get to those. Yes, absolutely. Some of it's going to be great. Maybe watch Outlaw Star. It was a good series too. How about Brave Star? Oh, I haven't tried to watch the anime one. I only watched the live action. And it really didn't... I mean, I watched it, but it didn't grab me the same way as I hoped it would. My collecting pride and joy is the top of Sense's CGC comic set in the first Serenity comic book. Have you ever read the book series called The Half-Blood Chronicles? No, I have not. Sorry, I put notes sometimes, guys. Hold on. Half-Blood Chronicles. I put some notes just in case I get to it later, and I want to see if I can find copies cheap. I have a new Conan book coming that would make me all happy. The anime Bebop is much better. Okay, is that on Netflix? Is that on Netflix? Or do I have to find that online? I'm going to check it here. Hold on. Yeah, I only see the live action one. Okay, I'll check that, man. I just checked my Netflix. It's not there. You could have it depending on where you are in the world. Have you ever read... Oh, I read that one. Feel reading is the lost art form. Oh, you know what? Getting my kid to read is hard, guys. He wants to do everything online. Just look at things, look at things, look at things. I like to read every night before I go to bed. It's the last thing I do. Is I sit down quietly in the bed. I read for 30 minutes usually. And then I go to bed. I like to read every day. I just have that feeling I like to do it. It's one of those things like, even with magic cards. My favorite part of a magic card was always the flavor text telling you the story. Like, when you look at the carnivorous plant, forget that it's a 4/5 for 4. Read what it says. It had a mouth like that of a great beast. It gnawed its teeth as it strained to reach us. I am thankful it possessed no means of locomotion. Imagine that giant, like, little shop of horrors coming at you, but it can't quite reach you because it can't walk. Day of the Triffids. This stuff gets me, man. The flavor text in Magic was the best. Reading the cards and getting the feel for the creatures was the best. The speed which we have the cards now, the lack of flavor text and story behind the cards, really, I think, takes away from the experience for me as a Magic player. Trigun 2, huh? I remember the first ones I ever watched for anime back in the day was Robotech. Robotech was my very first. I love Robotech. Like, I have the Veritech hover tank. I have basically every Robotech toy, minus the SDF-1 Fortress. I have almost all the toys, vehicles, and all that stuff. And then the next one was Vampire Hunter D and Akira were the ones I watched. The early ones, at least early for me. I know, I'm going to check some of these things out too. I wrote them down. Oh, it was so good, right, RT? With the Invid Invasion, the Zentradi. It was so great. Metal Fury Armor on Mars was really good. Okay. I have the reveal models. Oh, so great. As much as I love reading, I listen. Stitch Projects, Fatal Fury series was good. Hotness 2. Real Hotness. I gotta be honest, some of the animated characters, they make them look pretty fatally attractive. And then you see these fangirls and stuff on your Instagram trying to like, hey, give me likes, I'm special. No, you're just dressed up as some toy that you think we want. No. Original Ghost in the Shell, very good. That was very good too. I love to watch Macross Plus in the theater in the day. Oh, I didn't watch them in the theater. I think I saw all Van Helsing, yeah. I didn't even mind the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing, it wasn't bad. Which reminds me now, do you remember in Van Helsing, the priest guy? And then he becomes Ares, the god of war, in the Wonder Woman movie. And then when I see him again, when he almost kills Darkseid, when he throws the axe, like the long extended version where he almost like throws the axe, almost kills him and cuts him in half. I'm like, that's Ares, god of war, like messing him up, bro. And that's the old little wimpy looking priest. Oh, wow, that's crazy, Kenneth. Good for you, man. Now, Transformers, the movie, in the theater, I was like crying when Optimus Prime died. Oh my god, that whole theater was up in like arms. Parents left wanting their money back. It was crazy. I didn't come to see Optimus Prime die. It was so bad. Oh, it was so scary. So scary back in the day. Oh, Attack on Titan was great. Attack on Titan was a great series. We have art house theaters here. If you keep an eye, you can... Oh, that's cool. I'm like thumping away on the floor here. Oh, you guys get... You know what? There's some great stuff. You know what? I'll be honest. Especially at my sister's. I'm going to need some stuff to watch. I'm going to like key in on some of these things and see if I can find them. Crunchyroll and stuff. My nephew lets me like use his account for Crunchyroll. So I can find some of this stuff. Even give me like, I even like watching the old Blade series still. I know it's not as good, it doesn't hold up as well, but some of those opening scenes are so good, blows my mind. Blows my mind. Love it. Love that stuff. Anyway, as we, guys, there's only 2 minutes left, so as we like get ready to wrap up the evening, I know we went a little bit longer tonight. I hope you guys didn't mind. I was just having some fun. You know, it's just nice to hang out. So I want to thank everyone Number one, I won't see you guys now till the new year, till my birthday for the live stream. So thanks again, guys. It has been amazing to have these days, these events where we get to talk about Magic and all this other crazy stuff we add in. It's really kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, a safe holiday season. Don't overspend. Try to conserve your cash flow. Tax season comes up before we know it. Thanks to everyone who helped me get to the 20K goal. Totally crazy to think where we can take this channel in the future. Keep in mind some of the points I gave you guys tonight. It's going to be epic. I'll see you guys in the comment sections tomorrow, of course. And don't forget, the 20K purchase video will come up very early in January, because that gives everyone a chance to get past the Christmas hump and kind of get back to a regular routine. So I will save that video for then. If you're hoping to purchase something, just pay attention to that stuff, okay? Because I did send so many emails today, 70-something emails, saying this wasn't the time to buy. So keep an eye on stuff. It'll totally get you there. Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Enjoy the evening. I got to go back to card counting to figure out what's going to be on the top 10 tomorrow. Have a great one. We'll see you guys then. And, oh, and thanks for everyone who donated, by the way. Appreciate it. A little Christmas treat. Bye, guys.